Hi, and welcome to ScreenPlay, where we discuss elements of pop culture for the community. I'm your host, Noah Bailey. Today we will be joined by Alejandra Padilla, who will be talking about Stromae. Then, I'll be interviewed about the new season of Bates Motel, which started just the other week. But before we start, let's watch an edited piece from Heather Soto.
My edited piece on hooping. Now, playing with hoops is not a new fad. It's been around for about 3,000 years. Hoops have been made from willow, grapevine, stiff grass, metal, wood, and bamboo. The hoops I'm talking about today are LED hoops. Just like gloving and pixel whips, hooping is just another art form and a form of expression. They are very popular at a variety of festivals like the Burning Man Festival. LED hoops range in price from as low as $60 to over $500. It just depends on the hoop. There are some hoops that can even have images in them, for example, like Hello Kitty. This is done basically by plugging the hoop into the computer and downloading images and programming them into the hoop. Now let's take a quick look at hooping in action. Well, that's all I have time for today, guys. See you next time.
And now it's time for our guest, Alejandra. How's it going, Alejandra?
Good.
It's good. Glad to hear it. All right, so what is a Stromae?
Well, it's an incredible pasta dish. Just kidding. No. Anywho, Stromae is this awesome, incredible singer. He's a French singer. And he's just phenomenal. And it's really surprising because a lot of people never know about him, especially here in America.
Sure.
A lot of my friends, when he came last year, I asked them, like, oh, who wants to go with me? They're like, what?
Who?
Who is this person? But he's this incredible artist that, you know, his music videos have each one has at least 100 million views on YouTube.
Wow.
And he's been #1 in the top charts in Europe. And Kanye West even remixed one of his songs.
Oh, no way.
He actually worked with Lorde on one of the soundtracks for Mockingjay Part 1. So he collaborated with her. So
Very cool.
He's very well known, unfortunately just not overseas.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's the only thing. But he's really cool in that sense.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen him before in concert?
Yes.
Oh, you have? How was that experience?
It was awesome. He was originally supposed to come for Lollapalooza last year, but unfortunately he got sick. But he was able to recuperate and create new shows to come and tour in the U.S. And he came in September at the Riviera Theater, sold out. It's a really
great.
Small, intimate show. And it was just great. I mean, it was surprising to hear everybody sing along with him because all of his music is in French.
Oh, wow.
There's really no English in his music. So even when he's communicating with us, it's both like he would jump back and forth English and French. And it was just a really fun environment to kind of talk with people and see them and just talk in French.
Yeah.
It was a very different experience from like just regular concerts, so it's same language.
Okay, very cool. So it's very unique. Yeah. Now, what is his genre or style, and is he like comparable to anybody in the U.S.?
Not really. He's really unique in that sense. So he infuses like hip hop, R&B, electronic, and just funk, all into one. So he goes from like a rap battle in one of his music videos, and then he can jump to like a ballad about talking about cancer. But either way, like a lot of the topics that he talks about are very politically charged or life events that have happened to him. So they're very deep, but you don't ever get that when you're listening to it. It's not like a Debbie Downer type song. Like, even though it's something super serious, you can still dance to it. So it's really cool in that sense.
Fascinating. That's really cool. So do you have any suggestions on either songs or an album to check out, or where to go if we want to hear his music?
Yes, YouTube him right now. One of the best song that he has that everyone loves is Allons Danse, which is So Now We Dance, where he talks about like unemployment and divorce and debt, but even though all those trouble, he's still gonna dance. So that one's a great one, and that's the one that Kanye actually remixed also.
Oh, very cool.
And then we have Carmen, which he recently came out last year, and he talks about social media, kind of like the downfall of it and how it engulfs you. And he has a really good music video that goes along with it. It's all animated. So it's really fun.
Nice. He sounds very deep.
He is.
Check it out. Stromae. Stromee.
Yes.
There we go. Now it's time for our second edited piece, which is Christian's Comic Book Corner.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Comic Corner, the show where I, AU's resident comic savant, Christian Hubbard, break down any and all things superhero. Now, I know we're just a few weeks late, but let's talk about that Captain America Civil War trailer. First of all, did anyone see the King of Wakanda covered in ash and debris? That's right, we finally got our very first glimpse at T'Challa's, aka Black Panther's, motivation for finally surfacing within the MCU. We also got a few more wicked shots of Black Panther taking on Bucky on rooftops and in parking garages. Now, of course, not to be outdone, billionaire Tony Stark is the obvious star of this trailer with his dramatic but enticing and memorable lines about war, law, and order. Another aspect of the film that was highlighted throughout this trailer was the bromance between Cap and Bucky. Now, recently, director Joe Russo said that the film would resemble a love story surrounding the brotherly bond between our two favorite senior citizens, and that is very apparent throughout this entire teaser. While the title of the film is Captain America Civil War, the other Avengers are here to party as well. From War Machine getting shot out of the sky, please don't die on us, Rhodey, to Vision being brought to his knees by the Scarlet Witch, to Ant-Man riding one of Hawkeye's arrows, this film will bring the MCU together like it's never been done before. This is assumed to be the final trailer that we'll get before the film drops in May. But as a guy who watched it over 100 times and then had an MCU marathon during the last few days of spring break, it was more than enough to keep me wanting more. Oh, and Spider-Man finally showed up, stealing Cap's shield and joining Team Marvel Studios after Sony has kept him prisoner since the early 2000s. P.S. I love the new suit. It's absolutely adorable. Well, that's all the time I got for this week, guys. Go ahead and give us a follow over at AU Spartan Media for more, and until next time, live long and prosper.
And now we're switching things up just a little bit. From time to time, our host Noah reviews different shows and movies. So we thought today we'd interview him about something he recently reviewed, the A&E show, Bates Motel. How you doing, Noah?
I'm doing good. How are you, Christian?
Fantastic.
I'm so glad that we got to swap that.
Tell me about this show. It seems really, really peculiar.
It is one of the best shows in the world, in my opinion, on TV right now. This is one of the few shows in my life I've watched live ever since its premiere in March of 2013. So for those of you that don't know, it is actually written and co-created by Carlton Cuse, who was the co-creator and showrunner and writer of Lost.
Oh, wow.
So it kind of has that weird, vibe to it, mysterious vibe. So Bates Motel is a prequel to Psycho set in present day. Yeah, one of the greatest films of all time. So it follows Norman and Norma Bates, mom and son, as they move due to mysterious circumstances that plague their past to this small, Oregon town that just all this really weird, wacky stuff
Do they have the
happens.
hotel? The motel?
Yeah, they buy the motel and they run the business, and then they live in the creepy house.
Wow. Now, what's so appealing about this to you? What? Because they seem really close.
They are very close. There is definitely some incestuous undertones, although they have not really gotten to that yet.
Undertones.
You're definitely
Never really throwing it in our face yet.
Yeah, they aren't throwing it. That, in my opinion, is going to be this season.
Oh, wow.
Because each season it heightens. So, for instance, in the first couple scenes, it's kind of like, okay, like they're definitely a lot closer than mom and son. But then, like, you know, third season, you have Norman kind of like wanting to like sleep in his mom's bed with him. And then fourth season, it's like what's just premiered the other week. He's like starting to wear his clothes and everything like that. But Freddie Highmore plays Norman, who he's the kid from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, August Rush, yeah, like Spiderwick Chronicles, and he's just phenomenal. He's such a good actor. He's such a creep. It's awesome. And then Vera Farmiga, I mean, she's like one of my favorites. Like, she's awesome. She's Best Supporting Actress nominee of 2009 for Up in the Air with George Clooney. She's in The Conjuring. She's just really good actor.
How old is he this season?
In real life?
No, the character.
Oh, he's like 18.
18?
Yeah, but in real life he's like 24.
That bad. Yeah.
Exactly. Not like, you know, but it's pretty bad, but it's really good if you know what I mean. So there we go. Now it's time to move on to screen time. In this segment, pop culture topics will be chosen from our pool of submissions, and we'll have a short amount of time to talk about them, 60 seconds to be exact. When the time is up, the topic gets thrown out, and we move on to the next chosen submission. All right, guys, what are we going to talk about today?
Can't wait.
Indiana Jones 5.
Oh, my God. You know he's going to be 77 by the time that movie comes out?
Yes, he will.
What's he going to do?
I don't know. He'll rolling around in like a wheelchair. Or like,
I saw there's this funny meme going around where people like giving the movie titles. And it's like what old people do. So it's like Indiana Jones and the afternoon nap.
yes.
The
That's awesome.
3:30 dinner.
And the 3:30 dinner. Oh, that's really good.
I'm looking forward to it, I guess. And it's Disney, and they're on a roll lately.
They are on a roll. I'm just as long as the ending isn't aliens, then I'm okay with
Is
it.
that the one with Shia LaBeouf? Is Shia LaBeouf attached to this at all?
I don't think so, but I hope
heard
not.
that.
Because he's
Yeah.
Indiana Jones' son. Right?
Son, so it's like kind of canon. So what are
He's
they going to
gotta
do?
be,
I know.
Unless he dies.
Unless he dies, let's hope that just in the span of 4 and 5 he died.
It'd be like
Is it-
15 years.
But you know who I want to come back is Kate Blanchett.
Yep.
She was really good
She's beautiful.
in Okie Dokie, Dr. Jones. Like, she's great.
Is that your favorite one?
It is. All right. Next up is, let's not talk about that one. Lollapalooza?
Yes.
Yeah?
The lineup was released, yesterday?
That's a big deal. Tickets
Yeah.
on sale.
Tickets went on sale yesterday for 4 days. It's 4 days this year, so their 25th
For their
anniversary.
25th anniversary, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
wow,
then
really?
single day went out today, and it's already sold out.
Wow.
Yep, and then we got a couple different headliners, Radiohead, Red Hot Chili Peppers, our editor's favorite, Lana Del Rey.
Yes.
J. Cole.
Which,
J.
by the way,
Cole.
Kristen, our cultural editor, despises Lana Del Rey, which is why we
She
say that.
loves
But
Lana
I
Del
love
She
Lana
loves
Del Rey.
Everyone loves Lana.
Everyone loves Lana Del Rey.
Yeah,
She's
so
the best.
It'll be interesting to
Um,
have it 4 days. I don't know how that's
yeah.
gonna go.
Interesting.
How many people go to Lollapalooza every year?
A lot.
A lot.
I don't know,
It's
yeah.
like the Coachella of the Midwest, basically,
It really
right?
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
100,000 people?
I just don't understand
know.
how.
Pushing a million?
I mean, they
I
they
have no
lock
Because
off.
it's over 4 days.
Yeah.
That is a long time.
Yeah.
All right, I think we have time for one more. Kesha,
Okay.
Hashtag free Kesha.
do
Yes,
you?
free Kesha.
I mean, I know about it. Do you know?
Yes.
You're talking about it.
Yes. So apparently, we found out that she's filing an appeal
Okay.
because she was denied to get. She didn't want to get out of her contract or anything like that. She just simply didn't want to work with
With
one
him.
of the
One of the
producers.
co-creators.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
And that's the only thing which I personally don't understand how that works, but it just shows how corrupt and unjust.
Convoluted.
Yeah, our
It's
justice system
sick.
is totally messed up.
Absolutely.
But I really hope that she gets the appeal. There's already different artists that said that they would work with her. if
And
she-
support her.
Donate
Yeah,
money,
and
too.
they've
Great. The
donated.
support
I think
for her is
Taylor
awesome.
Swift did it too. So
Yeah.
I mean, we're still rooting for her.
A lot of good
We're
support
with
for
you,
her.
Kesha.
Yes.
That concludes this episode of Screenplay. Join us next time for more talk about pop culture and things going on in the community. If you would like to show your love for Screenplay or have suggestions for us or would like to be on the show or want to read the articles that we talked about on the show, find us on Twitter at AU Spartan Media or tweet us using the hashtag AU Screenplay. And a big thank you to Christian and Alejandra for being on the show and interviewing me today. I'm your host, Noah Bailey. Until next time.